Hello everyone, welcome to my first fall October reading vlog. I'm about to start my first book. I'm so excited to read fall books. Okay, so the first book I'm gonna read in this reading vlog is I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. The cover, first of all, the cover of this book is so like wintry. I love it, but I chose to read this book because it has a movie on Netflix, and this is not a sticker, I wish it was, but I saw a like Instagram reel of a scene from that movie and it looked really good. So now I really just want to read this. It's super short, so I think that I'll be able to like get through it. I've also heard really good things about this author and like his other books, but I'm also kind of going into it blind. So we're gonna find out together. I will not be spoiling it, but I will be like giving you like brief, vague, I will be vaguely talking about what happens in this book, but yeah, I'm going into it blind. I'm about to start it. I'm really excited. I also just curled my hair because I'm going to like a party later and it's like not even holding, which is so sad. I just read to page 29. I'm on, page 29. I'm really liking this so far, I think. So basically, there's this couple, Jake, and the girlfriend is the narrator, but we don't know her name. So it's Jake and his girlfriend, and they're going to meet Jake's family on this farm that he grew up on. That's basically what we got in the first 29 pages. Also, there's like this weird secret that she's keeping about this man that keeps calling her on the phone and saying the same thing over and over again, and she doesn't know why he's calling and she can't get him to stop calling, and she's like thinking, should she tell her boyfriend about this or should she keep it to herself? It's really good so far. It's really like unnerving and kind of scary. I read on Goodreads, it said that you will be scared and you won't know why, which I kind of get it. It's like, it's a little scary and like, it's really thrilling so far, but I don't really know what's going on. But I'm really liking it so far. I'm going to go eat something and go to an event, and I will probably read more of this tonight. Hello, how are y'all? So it is now Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I started reading on like Sunday, I think. Last time I updated, I believe I was on page 29. Now I'm on page 55. I did go to Barnes and I did read a little bit. I have such a good feeling about this. Like, tell me why this could be a 5-star. This could be a 5-star read for me. It's giving 5-star read right now, and I'm only 50 pages in. Nothing that crazy has happened. The writing is just so good. Okay, I have a quote to read you from page 48. It says, "A memory is its own thing each time it's recalled. It's not absolute. Stories based on actual evidence often share more with fiction than fact. Both fictions and memories are recalled and retold. They're both forms of stories. Stories are the way we learn. Stories are how we understand each other. But reality happens only once." Isn't that just so good? Like, it's just, they're still in the car. They're still like road tripping to Jake's parents' house. But the stuff that they're talking about is so good, and I'm just loving it so far. I'm on page 55, and between every chapter, there's these pages. It's just like one page and then dashes and then just sentences, and they're all really weird and like kind of creepy and like what's going on. They're along the lines of like what happened, like there's like a mystery that is trying to be figured out, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep reading. I might even like finish this soon, hopefully. We'll see. I'm gonna start reading. Okay, I read to page 75, so I read like 20 pages, I think. It's still really good. They're still in the car, they're road tripping. I think they're about to get to their destination because I'm almost at 100 pages, so I think the story is about to really pick up, but I'm gonna stop here for right now. I'm probably gonna read a lot of this tonight, maybe try to finish it by tomorrow. I don't have that much. But yeah, we'll see. Hello, everyone. So, it's Wednesday? It's Wednesday. It's like 11:30 in the morning. Crazy thing happened. I went to school to like take standardized tests and stuff, but the computers didn't work. So they sent us home. So I'm home early. I got a pumpkin spice latte, and I'm gonna try to read for a while. I'm still reading. I'm thinking of ending things. I'm on page 77, so hopefully I get to like mid-100 today. So when I read books that have movie adaptations, I really like to watch the trailer for the movie just to like get a feel of like what the story is and like what actor plays each character, so I can like put a face to a name kind of thing. I watched the trailer for I'm Thinking of Ending Things on Netflix, and it was like, you know when you like watch a trailer for a movie and even after like you watch all the trailers, you still have no idea what it's about? That is how I feel about this. And even reading it, it's like, I don't know what it's about. Like they're road tripping, they're in the car. It's been 70 pages of them road tripping to go see Jake's parents, Jake and his girlfriend. But stuff is just weird. I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep reading. Hopefully I read a lot today. We'll see. Okay. Okay, so I'm on page 88, and I just read plot twist. Like, it's not really a plot twist, but it's like a cliffhanger, and I'm freaking out right now. I'm on page 88. If you read this book, the ending on page 88 is crazy. Hello. So, I'm on page 130. 130. This book is crazy. Like, so I've read 130 pages so far. I think there's only 210. So that means I would have like, I have no idea. I don't have that many pages left. I have less than 100 pages left. I have like 80 pages left. And this book, it's weird because it's so good, and like it hasn't slowed down at all, but only like 3 things have happened. Like, they went on a road trip to see the parents, saw their parents, had dinner, and left. Like, that is what has happened so far, and it's been so good. Like, the vibes of it are like scary. Like, it's so spooky and it's so suspenseful, and I just like, I know what's going on, but I also have no idea what's going on. It's just so good so far. Maybe I'll finish it. I'll probably read more tonight. Maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. But it has been so good, and I'm so excited to watch the movie of this. Toni Collette plays Jake's mother in this, which is so cool because I love her. But I don't know, like, it's just been so good so far, and it hasn't slowed down, and the vibes have been scary and suspenseful, and I'm so excited to finish it. Hello everyone. Okay, it's the next day. I did go to Barnes because I have nothing to do after school on Thursdays, so I was like, I'm gonna go to Barnes. I had like 60 pages left to read in I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I just finished this. Oh my gosh, I finished it, and I literally had to go take a lap around the bookstore because I was like, at a loss for words. At a loss for words. Like, you know when you read a book and you're like, there's so many things going on, there's like, you're so confused, you have no idea how this is gonna end, and then it ends and it like explains everything that you were confused about in like one sentence. I love that. Like, I love, like, there can be just like plot twists and like what the heck is going on, and then you read one sentence and finally like everything makes sense. I recommend this book so much. The vibes of this book are so like spooky and creepy, and like what is going on? It's just so good. It's so short. I just read like 60 pages in one sitting. It is so good, and I'm so excited. Like, this story would make such a good movie, which makes me so excited because the movie is out on Netflix, and I'm gonna go watch it tonight. I'm gonna record myself watching it because I think this can make such a good movie. If you want something that's short, that's kind of like stream of consciousness writing, you know, like the sentences are short, it goes by really quick, weird things happen, and you just don't really understand why, you need to read this. I'll do my final thoughts at the end of this video, but I loved this book. It was so spooky, it was short, it was fun, it had me like gripping my book. I was like, what is gonna happen next? If you like any of those qualities, I think you'd love this. Hello everyone. So since I just finished the first book, I'm Thinking of Ending Things. That was the first book I read. I'm gonna do my review at the end of this video, but I thought I would get a jump start on the next book I'm gonna read for this video. It is called Dark Harvest by Norman Partridge. This one is actually a movie as well, which makes me really excited because I like reading it and then watching the movie. But let me read you the blurb on the back, or the synopsis on the back, because I'm not really sure what this one is about either. Also, my hair is wet, please ignore it, I just washed it. Anyway, it says, Halloween 1963, they call him the October Boy, or Old Hacksaw Face, or Sawtooth Jack. Whatever the name, everybody in this small Midwestern town knows who he is and how he rises from the cornfields every Halloween, a bloody butcher knife in his hand, and makes his way toward the town, where gangs of teenage boys eagerly await their chance to confront the legendary nightmare, both the hunter and the hunted. The October Boy is the prize in an annual rite of life and death. Pete McCormick knows that killing the October Boy is his one chance to escape a dead-end future in this one-horse town. He's willing to risk everything, including his life, to be a winner for once. Before Halloween is over, Pete will look into the sawtooth face of horror and discover the terrifying true secret of the October Boy. That sounds really good. It sounds so good. It's like, I don't know, and just the cover, like the cover of this and the cornfield and just everything about it, it's giving me like horror movie, scary movie. I have no idea. Like, I don't think I've seen any trailers for this movie. So I'm gonna watch the trailer and then I'm gonna start reading this. I'm so excited. Okay, I just watched the trailer, and I guess this is like a big deal. Like, this book is a big deal, I guess. It came out in 2006. I just saw the Wikipedia page for it. But the movie, the movie looks really scary. first of all. A lot scarier than I thought this would be. But apparently it's like a big deal. It came out last October. Never heard about it ever. So I don't know, I feel like it's something I would have heard about because I love like scary movies, but the movie did look really scary. So I'm like debating. I'm gonna try to read this. It's 175 pages, so it's not like crazy long or anything. But if it gets like too scary, I don't really like stuff. Like there was a lot of scenes like with the church and stuff in the trailer, and I don't really like religious scary movies and stuff like that. So if it gets a little like weird or like too scary, then I might stop reading it, but I am gonna try to read it because the vibes that it's giving are so Halloween and so fall, so I'm gonna try to read it. Okay, I just read part 1, so let me show you this book. The way this book is written is really cool. Okay, so part 1, stories. I just read that. It was about 60 pages. So I'm on page 60 now. I'm at part 2. Part 2 is called Lies. I just sat down and read 60 pages of this. I thought I was gonna read 20. It is so good so far. So basically, it's being told to us like a story. Like, there's a narrator and he's telling us the story, and it's like we're someone that just lives in this town, and he's like just telling us this tale or something. But basically, all like the teenage boys in this small town on Halloween, like they all go and try to kill the October boy, so all their parents like lock them inside, but they like get out. Like the main character Pete, like he's been locked in his room for 5 days, and then now it's Halloween and he's like, I need to go kill the October boy, because I think this is what I'm thinking, it's like kind of implied, is that if they kill him then they get to leave the town, but I'm not sure if it's like you can't leave unless you kill him, or if it's like, I'm not sure. I just know that like they can leave. If they get the October boy, then they can leave the town and leave it behind and stuff like that. But basically it's so good. And then like the first part, we just got this group of boys that are like going to kill the October boy, and then things happen, and it really just set up the story really well. And the vibes of this are so good. The vibes are like cornfield, Halloween night, scary, and the October boy has to be dead by the time the church bell rings at midnight. So they're like, it's like they have like 4 hours or something, and they're trying to kill him before the bell rings. It is just so good so far. The next part 2, is like 43 pages. Maybe I'll read it tonight. We'll see. It's like 9 o'clock. We'll see. I'm gonna watch some kill counts on YouTube, some dead meat videos, and then we'll see if I end up reading the second part. But I'm loving it so far. Hello everyone. So I thought I'd update. It is Friday night. Yeah, so in my study hall today, I read, this is my little book jacket. It's so cute. Okay, so in my study hall, I read from page like 63 to 103. So part 2, this book is in 4 parts. So part 2, let me find it. There's no chapters in this book, there's just parts. I believe there's 4 parts, but part 2 is called Lies. So I read all of part 2, and now I started part 3 a little bit, called Fire. So currently I'm in the middle of part 3. I'm on page 115. And basically we've just gotten more of a backstory about the October boy and about this run that all the boys go on to like try and kill him. We just learn more about that, and we learn more about what happens to the winner and stuff like that. It's getting really interesting. We're like learning about the town and the family of the boy that won the year before, And it's really good so far. If you like Stephen King or like small town Halloween night vibes, this is definitely for you. It's taking place on one night only too. So I'm really enjoying this so far, and I'm so excited to watch the movie because I think that if the movie is good, this could be like one of my new favorites. But I'm like road tripping tomorrow for like an hour. So I'm gonna be in the car for like an hour. Maybe I'll read some tomorrow. We will see. Hello. So it is Sunday night right now. I know I said that I would read some in the car. I know. And I thought I would. I really did think I would. And then I just didn't even think about it the whole day. So I still have like 60 pages left of this. I'm like so close to being done. I'm really enjoying it. I really want to watch the movie. So I think I'm going to try to finish it up right now. We'll see. It's done. I just finished it. Oh my god. Okay, I think it's safe to say I loved this book. Oh my gosh. I loved every second of this, literally. And the back, like he did like an afterword in the back where he just like talked about the book. And it was so sweet. Like he was like, thank you for reading this. It was so sweet and I loved it. I am so excited to see this movie. Like there were scenes in this with the October Boy and I was like, I'm so excited to see this in a movie form. It's like 8 o'clock right now. I think I'm gonna watch the movie tonight because it's not that late. This book was so good. If you like small town Halloween, there's like, it's kind of like an urban legend. It's kind of like when you think he talked about in his afterword that he wrote this book because his dad told him like a bunch of like scary campfire stories, and when he imagined this story he like imagined him telling it over a campfire like as a scary story, which I think is so like that's exactly what this feels like. Like this feels like you're at like camp and people are trying to scare you and telling you the story of the October Boy. That's what this feels like, and it was so good. This was so good. It was so Halloween-y. Everything about this, I loved it. I think it was the perfect length. It was a lot of dialogue. Like most of this was dialogue, which I loved. But you also get multiple point of views of like the police officer, the people on the run, the people trying to get the October Boy. Like you get a lot of POVs, and I'm not going to tell you how this ends, but I think the ending was really good and I really enjoyed this. And I was reading it, I was like, should I give this 5 stars? Like, I want to. I don't know, because I'm thinking of ending things that I read at the beginning of this video. I gave that a 5 stars, but I just had to think about it. Once I think about it more, I'll do my full review at the end of this vlog, but this is going to be rated very highly. I absolutely love this. Now I get to watch the movie. Hello. Okay, so it's the next day. I watched Dark Harvest last night. I'll save my thoughts and opinions on it because I have quite a few. But I want to pick the next book I want to read. I'm between a couple of them right now. Okay, so these are all the books that I have on my like Halloween TBR. So I'm between like reading Psycho, or I could read like a book like this, How to Survive Your Murder, because this takes place on Halloween. Or I could read like one of these. I'm not sure yet. Okay, the main reason I really want to read Psycho because this movie, I've heard so much about this movie, and I saw that it was like a book, and I was like, I want to read the book first. I've never seen the movie. It's been out for like 1,000 years, but I'm definitely going to read this eventually. But I feel like I just want to read something really fast right now, so I might save that for my next read. But then this one, How to Survive Your Murder by Danielle Valentine, R.L. Stine reviewed it on the front, and he said that it was great. But this one takes place on Halloween, and it's about this girl named Alice, and her sister died, and she has to like go to court and face her sister's killer. But she gets knocked out, and she gets knocked out and she wakes up, and it's Halloween night the previous year where her sister died, and she has to like help her sister survive before midnight or something. It sounds fun. It's super short, and it takes place on Halloween. It is October 21st right now, so Halloween is in 10 days, but I feel like I could knock this out. I feel like it would be fun. We'll see. Maybe I'll start this. Okay, I've decided to start reading How to Survive Your Murder. I think this will be really fun. I'm not sure. Let me show you this. So, this was the bookmark I will be using. It's Friday the 13th. It's so cute. I love it. Also, I got a drink at McDonald's, so doing really great right now. Hopefully, I can read a lot of this book. I really just want to finish a book really quickly right now. We'll see. Will I finish it today? Probably not, but I'm gonna get started on it. Okay, side note, this is my bookmark. There's already a Friday the 13th reference on the very first page. Hello. So I've been reading for like an hour, 40 minutes. I'm like 20 pages and I've barely made a dent. But basically the chapters, so there's this Halloween party, pretty much, in this cornfield. And the chapters are like, this one says an hour and 40 minutes left. And then one was like 2 hours and 33 minutes to go. So it's like the chapters are counting up to the Halloween party, which is going to happen very soon. But this book, like, if you've ever read a book where the main character is like obsessed with horror movies and they always make like references to horror movies, and they're like, this is such like, what is it? She like talks about watching Creep on her laptop, and she's like, this is my favorite horror movie ending of all time. And like, they're just like constantly talking about horror movie characters, and like, there's been so much of that. And I'm on page 22, and she just keeps like talking about horror movies. Like, she talks about like serial killers and true crime and all that stuff, because she like loves that stuff, and I love all that stuff too. But I think if you didn't know a lot about that stuff, like if you didn't know about a lot of horror movies, let me put the dust jacket back on. If you didn't know like about a lot of horror movies or like true crime cases, I don't think you would enjoy this as much, is what I'm trying to say. Because I know about all these horror movies that she's like referencing, and all these true crime cases that she's referencing, and I think if you didn't know about those, or if that didn't interest you, then you wouldn't really enjoy this book as much. But I'm really enjoying it. It's taking me a while to like get through it. Like, it's taking me longer to read each page, but I really like it so far. Like, the vibe of it is really fun. It's really just like about this girl and her sister, and her sister's like gorgeous, and she's not as gorgeous as what she says that by herself. But her sister's gorgeous, and she's like kind of, I don't know, she just like really looks up to her. But there's a party and she's getting dressed in a costume, and she talked about she was dressed as Katie Holmes from Dawson's Creek, which I thought was really cool because I love Dawson's Creek. But yeah, so far it's really good. They're talking about a lot of scary movies. Like, they've talked about Scream, they talked about Creep, they've talked about Texas Chainsaw, Black Christmas, all that stuff. And I'm only 20 something pages in. So I'm really liking it so far. I'm gonna stop here, I think, and continue. But also, I wanted to show you on the back. It says, Rule 1, never go into the corn maze alone. Rule 2, nothing good happens on Halloween. Rule 3, never be distracted by a hot bad boy. And Rule 4, don't die this time. So I think that's like kind of really cool. It's kind of like the groundhog trope where you go back and live a day again. Like, she has to go back and live Halloween again. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. Maybe I'll read some more tonight. We'll see. I have an incident to report. So last night, I'm like laying in my bed, minding my own business, sitting there watching Vampire Diaries, most comfortable I've ever been in my life. And I reach over to get my giant glass of ice water, and I hear the water fall. When I tell you, my heart leaped out of my chest. This entire bookshelf all of this was covered in water. Yeah, it was 1 a.m, and I had to put all of my books on a towel and dry them out. You know, sometimes I just think, why me? Hey guys, it has been quite a few days. It's been like 5 days since I last updated about this book, How to Survive Your Murder by Danielle Valentine, and that is because I have not been reading. How many pages am I into this? I'm 30 pages into this. I've been reading it for like over a week. It's not October anymore. It's November 2nd. And on paper, I should love this book. Like, on paper, this book has everything that I would want in it, but it's just not grabbing me. Like, I've only read 30 pages, and just the thought of picking it up again makes me not want to read. And, like, I feel like I'm being so rude, but I feel like I'm in a reading slump now because of this book. And I don't know, like, the first time it mentioned TikTok, I was like, no, stop. If a book mentions TikTok in it, or like a character doing something because of a TikTok, I just really like, I just can't. I just can't read. I just can't. I can't. I'm like, what are you doing? But yeah, I think I'm gonna DNF it at 30 pages. I'm so sorry. I really wanted to love this, but maybe I'll pick it back up again. Maybe. I just think this is a DNF for now. Since I did DNF that book, I want to read something or like consume something that will not take me that long, and I don't have very many novellas that I want to read right now. So I have this. This is basically 3 comic books, 3 Stranger Things comic books. My sister got me this for my birthday. Thank you if you're watching this. But yeah, look at this. There's 3. It's called Zombie Boys, The Bully, and Erica the Great. So they're basically just like little stories about Stranger Things that would like be in the same universe. And I have seen so much stuff about Stranger Things season 5 recently that I really want to read these. I love Stranger Things. If you haven't seen Stranger Things, you need to. Let me show you this that I have. I have this vinyl. It's literally just the entire soundtrack from the first season of Stranger Things, and it is so cool. I love this. I love Stranger Things, and I've been reading like spooky books in this video, and I feel like this is like the only spooky. It's really spooky. It's really fun. They're comic books. And I think I could get through them really fast, and I think that would pull me out of this reading slump, rip me out of it. So yeah. Also, this is so cool, the little box that they come in. Okay, so this is the first one, Zombie Boys. It has a bunch of different authors, you can see. That looks so cool. And then we have The Bully, which looks so cool. And then we also have Erica the Great, which is Erica. I love Erica. I think she's so funny. I think I'm just gonna read all 3 of these. They're not very long, and they have little summaries on the back of what they're about. But I think they're all like just stories in the same universe, and I think these are all from like season 1, 2, and 3, I think. But yeah. I think I'm gonna start with Zombie Boys. Let's read it. And it has the characters on the back. That's so cool. last comic book. That's all the books I'm going to read in this video. I'm going to do my reviews really quick. So the first book that I read in this video was I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. I gave this book 5 stars at the time. I think I'm going to give it like 4.5 now. I love this book. It kept me on my toes a lot, and the ending, like the plot twist at the end, was so good. I absolutely love this. I recommend this. I loved this book. This book was really confusing while I was reading it, and I didn't really understand what was going on until the very end, but I love the plot twist at the end. I'm gonna give this 4.5 stars. The next book I read was Dark Harvest by Norman Partridge. I loved this book too. The vibes in this book were so fall and so Halloween. I did give this book 5 stars, and I think I'm gonna keep it at 5 stars for now. I just really loved it, and I loved the vibes, and the story was really different. Like the story of like this hunt that they were going on, it was kind of like really unique, which I really liked. And the movie for this, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't that good. But I think this book is so good, and I think the story is so good. The vibes are so good. It takes place on Halloween. I mean, this book is perfect for Halloween. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I DNF'd this book, so I'm not gonna rate it. And then I just finished reading these little Stranger Things comic books. I loved these. I think my favorite one was the Zombie Boys one. But I'll give these all 5 stars because they were so cute and I love them all. Okay, so these are all the books that I read in this video, all like kind of spooky Halloween books. I recommend all of these, and I hope you enjoyed watching me read them, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!